Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about something that is a little bit of a thing that happens to you as you stay in the game of training and presenting for a while. You might fall into the trap of thinking, you're good. You might actually fall into the trap of losing a bit of humility. Because what we need to realize is that somebody that's overconfident and somebody that maybe thinks a little bit too much of themselves very quickly falls down. And as soon as we get prideful or overconfident, or we sometimes think that we're better than we actually are, or we think that, we've reached the level of competence where we don't actually need to prepare, or we don't need to take the game seriously, or we just kind of think it's all about us, suddenly we're going to be in a position where people will start to see an arrogant air around you, or they'll start to see you a little bit overconfident, and you'll start to fall down and you will start to make mistakes. And what we need to appreciate is that the secret to being a great trainer is actually to have great levels and healthy, safe levels of humility. All right. Because what we all know is that humility is an attractive quality, but arrogance is going to detract our audience, right? So, what I want to do in today's video is share with you three simple things that you can do or you can remind yourself of so that you can always stay humble, always stay ready and willing to get better and do better. But as soon as you think that you're already good, you're already sweet, you're already the best at what you do, it's going to block your growth as a trainer, facilitator, influencer in your space, whatever your space may be. So, grab a pen and get ready to write because let's talk about humility. Now, the way I see humility is the idea of strength under control and also the willingness to think more about other people than ourselves. All right. Humility is a great quality to foster and a great space to deliver training from. So let's grab a pen, get ready to write. Three keys that I want to share with you. Number one is the ripple effect. The ripple effect. What I mean by this is I know for a fact there's so many teachers, influencers, mentors in my life that have really had a huge impact on my life. And there's people that I will never, ever forget that have had an impact on my life, right? And we need to appreciate as trainers, facilitators, coaches, mentors, we actually have a positive impact, generally, hopefully, positive impact on the people in front of us. And then how we show up and how effectively we deliver our message will then impact the audiences that we teach, and then they are then going to impact other people that they come across as well. And the ripple effect is simply the idea that we are never simply just standing up and delivering a syntax or delivering a session plan. We are actually trainers out there creating a ripple effect on the world around us. And when we take that perspective, we suddenly realize the position of power that we actually stand in, and we no longer take it for granted. Because as soon as you take the role of a trainer and a workshop facilitator for granted, guess what? You suddenly become arrogant. You suddenly go, oh, yeah, doesn't matter what I do. Or, yeah, I'm the best at it, so I don't need to get better, right? If you want to stay powerful and really influential, you need to remind yourself that it's not about going through the motions. It's about really connecting at a deeper level with your audience, and not just they hear your message, they go actually out and use what you actually teach them. All right. So number one, write down the word ripple and make that part of who you are, knowing that how you show up is really going to have an impact on not just the audience in front of you, but your audiences. Now, number two is reminding yourself, bit of a mantra here, training, it's not about me, it's all about them and how they need to hear it so that they can achieve it. I'll say it again, training, it's not about me, it's all about them and how they need to hear it so that they can achieve it. And what are the best reference points or success points and the best way to judge your own success is not how well did I say it, but how well did they receive it? And when you judge yourself, on how successfully they adopted, applied, and utilized what you taught them, it's really a healthy place to come from, because you can't think it's about you. You have to think, well, did they get it? Did they not? Are they trying the skill? Are they doing the skill? Are they using what I taught them? Yes or no? And if yes, how well are they actually doing it? And when you start to then go, let's springboard from that and let's go to number three. Number three is strategic and obsessive self-reflection. Because anybody that's willing to self-reflect has to have an ounce of humility around themselves. Because at the end of the day, if you think you're the best ever, you're probably not going to self-reflect, right? Mastery or masters are not people that have mastered it, but are people that are willing to constantly get better, right? So self-reflection, critically important, right? So number one, we had a ripple effect, being aware of that. Number two is reminding ourselves, training, workshops, whatever you want to call the learning experience, it's not about me, not about the trainer, it's all about them and how they need to hear it so they can achieve it. And my success comes back to how well they do, not how well I do, right? And then number three was obsessive self-reflection. How do we do self-reflection? Very simply, at the end of every session you run, simply ask yourself two questions. Number one, what am I really happy about with what I've just done? What am I really happy about? Well, I'm really happy I played the right song at the right time. Or I'm really happy with my self-intro. Or I'm really happy with how I conducted a particular activity. Or I'm really happy with whatever it may be. And write that down. The second part of it is, if I ever did today again, what's one thing I would do differently? If I ever did that again, what's one thing I would do differently? And great masters are obsessive compulsive in a very healthy way about self-reflection. The masters are the ones that sit back and go, how could I make that even better? How could I make that even better? And that is the humble attitude, right? A master will not ever look back and go, how could I make that even better? Because they go, oh, it was perfect, nothing to change, right? But we need to appreciate, you want to have a healthy sense of humility and a healthy sense of self-confidence and assurance that what you're delivering, good quality stuff. And if something goes wrong, you can handle it, all right? And you know your stuff and you know it pretty well, that you can handle questions that come at you and all of that. You know what you're going to do, and you've got that self-confidence, that aura that comes across, right? So in today's video, I just want to talk to you about the topic of humility, because at the end of the day, it is a great quality to foster, and having that means that you can get better and better and better and better over time. Not having it will really stunt your growth, so to speak. Hope you got some value from the video. As always, don't forget the ripple effect. Don't forget it's all about them, not about you. And don't forget that you got to self-reflect, because you can always get better. Thanks for watching the video, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get the message out there, and let's really raise the standards of training in Australia and throughout the globe, so that our learners and our participants have the very best experience they can possibly imagine, and maybe even better. Thanks for watching, team. We'll see you on the next one.